Well, hello there. Carol Dockham here with beautifulfacesgoingplaces.com as we continue our business spotlight series. And I am so excited today because our special guest is someone that I actually met through our virtual Friday networking events online, which is really cool. I love that platform because you actually get to meet and connect and collaborate with people around the USA and around the world. And if you're not utilizing that technology, you really should be, because it's a great way to get your voice and your message and your services out into the world. So our special guest today is Len Glassman. He is a master level personal trainer and certified health nutritionist with over 25 years of professional fitness experience. Len works extensively with health and wellness professionals, including cardiac and internal medicine physicians, gynecologists, physical therapists, chiropractors, massage therapists, and other health and wellness facilitators to develop and coordinate comprehensive approaches to working with clients. His expertise is helping people with soft tissue conditions such as lower back, shoulder, knee, and neck, as well as chronic health issues such as MS, cancer, arthritis, diabetes, and high blood pressure, in addition to women's health issues such as menopause and osteoporosis, thyroid, pelvic floor, and stubborn weight loss. And I can totally relate to several of the above. So he also works with special people with special needs. He has contributed articles to several fitness magazines, including Men's Fitness, Consumer Health Digest, and served as a fitness advisor to the New Jersey State Policemen Benevolent Association and the New Jersey State Firefighters Mutual Benevolent Association. He's the author and independent publisher of Soul Trainer, a fictional fitness series of short stories, and I can't wait for him to share a few of those with you. He's also an owner of a training facility, and Len believes that in order to get people to move, you must create a movement, something bigger than yourself that people from all walks of life can relate to. And I just love, love, love sharing that belief system that you have, Len. So, welcome to Beautiful Faces Going Places. And thank you for saying yes to being our business spotlight today.
Thank you very much, Carol. I'm really excited to be here. It's such an honor. I love sharing. I love providing resources and serving as a resource and helping people understand about the importance of physical activity and movement and just how simple it could be.
Right, right. I know before we jumped on live, I was sharing with you, 8 weeks ago, our world turned upside down. And many of us have been, kind of hunkered down in home and sheltering in place. And I have a feeling that I'm not the only one experiencing this, but our movement, our body movement has gone down. And so today's subject matter is near and dear to my heart. And it is time for us to get into movement, right? Move our bodies.
Absolutely. And it doesn't have to be as intense or challenging or jarring to the body as people think it does. It's just really the importance is making it a way of life instead of just a part of a part of your life.
Yes. Yes.
That's a key distinction that people have, where they'll feel like, oh, I have to go to the gym or I have to go work out, and they have to allocate a certain amount of time. It doesn't really have to be that way. If you just incorporate some very simple movements and exercises into your way of life, then it just becomes like brushing your teeth, or I guess in this case, washing your hands, right?
Right, right, absolutely. And I know I'm based in the Ohio area, so now it's starting to become spring, right? And the weather's turning a little bit nicer. So I always like to just say, hey, go for a walk. It could be a 30-minute walk. It's free. Put on a pair of good tennis shoes and just go and move your body and walk. So I think you've got some other ideas and some slides to share with us that can help individuals for mindful movement at home?
Absolutely. I will be happy to share those. And
Okay.
just as a gift to you and as a thank you to you and to your listeners, I would be happy to share those slides with anyone that would like to receive them. And we can, you can do it by way of email, or I could send it to you and you could get the word out. So I'm just going to start off real quickly with just a very simple breathing exercise that I would love people to do. It just gets us into the right mode, and it's like sort of like a mini vacation. So I always ask people, how many of you know how to breathe? And everybody sort of raises their hands and they're like, yeah, well, I know how to breathe. That's kind of silly. But how many people really know how to breathe? And there's a difference between taking just simple breaths and actually expanding your lungs, your diaphragm, and then actually engaging in a mindful breath. So real quickly, I know you're the only one I can see, but I'm sure there are others out there. I would love for people just to take a moment, just to stand up straight and pull their shoulders back and lift their head up nice and high, like there's a piece of string that's pulling the top of your head. And then I want you to take a deep breath in through your nose, 2-second count, hold it, and then breathe out for a 3-second count. 1, 2, 3. And then one more time. So take a deep breath in through your nose, expand your lungs, pull your shoulders back, arch your lower back, and then breathe out 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. And then one more time. 3 is a charm. Ready? Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. And there you go. It's like you wake up and you feel like you're on vacation.
I know. I feel like relaxed and rejuvenated, and yeah.
Right? So
Yes.
that's it. That's just a very simple remedy people can do throughout their day. And if you make it a way of your life, instead of just part of your life, brushing your teeth, washing your hands, then it just becomes natural. You know, it's like muscle memory, same idea. Once you start getting into an exercise routine, it just becomes second nature. So I'd like to just share a quick passage of my book, Soul Trainer. So I'll just throw it up on the screen real quick. Soul Trainer is something that I independently wrote and published. It is on Amazon, and it's basically what I call fictional fitness. So I created 3 short stories about 3 separate characters that have unique challenges in their lives, difficult upbringings, emotional, physical pain. And somewhere, somehow, and through someone, they find fitness as a way to pull themselves out from under, from getting out from their past, working through their issues. And ultimately, they use that as a way to help people that were in the same situation that they found themselves in. So I created this as a sort of a creative outlet, and as a way to induce storytelling and weave in aspects of health and nutrition and fitness into these stories. So rather than just another how-to book, this is a way for you to read an interesting story and learn a bit about health and fitness and nutrition at the same time. So I'll just read a few quick passages, if I may.
Oh, absolutely.
Great.
It's so intriguing. That's all I have to say. I loved your whole approach to writing this book.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. It really was a lot of fun and interesting and challenging. And if anybody, just as a side note, is interested in writing their own book, I would be happy to share my experience and the people that I worked with to create this. Because believe me, it wasn't just me that made this happen. There was a few other key people that really helped me to move this along. So Soul Trainer is a series of short stories that takes us on a journey where 3 fictional characters with troubled lives find fitness as a way to overcome insurmountable obstacles while challenging readers to gain control over their lives from the outside in. The first story is called Cuba Fitness. The second story is called Do I Look Fat? Question mark. And the third story is Who's Making Fitness for the People? What do a Cuban refugee, an ex-con, and a girl with a negative body image possibly have in common? Well, they each find fitness as a way to survive and live their lives to the fullest while giving back to those facing similar hardships. Soul Trainer is an explosive collection of inspirational stories, deeply personal struggles, and uphill battles against unbelievable odds where fitness is the only way out. And here's a few book passages. Sometimes it takes fictional characters with real life hardships and challenges to be able to look deep inside ourselves and relate to what they're going through. Although your own way of life may be very different than the lives portrayed by the three main characters you're about to meet, surprisingly, you'll find yourself embracing the struggles they go through and personal battles they overcome to dig deep within yourself to make the physical changes you know you need to make in your own life. Most people try to change their life from the inside out. But what about starting from the outside in? What about changing your physical outlook on life? The way your body moves and functions and feels and even thinks. And while fitness is a choice, it's one of the most impactful and life-changing activities you can turn to when you feel as though you have no choices left. And so much comes down to where people put their passions and what breathes life into their soul. So my motto is train your body and feed your soul. And it's just been a wonderful experience for me to be able to share my personal battles and struggles and challenges and use it as a vehicle to help other people find their own story and their own meaning and their own purpose. And that's really the crux behind Soul Trainer, is to start a movement. Like I said before, you've got to start a movement in order to get people to move. And that's what this is. This Soul Trainer platform is designed for people to share their own stories and look deep within inside themselves so that they can find their own purpose, their own meaning, and use that as a way, not just to help themselves, but to help other people that are in this, that find themselves in the same situation that they were in once themselves.
Right. Well, I love it. I know when I was doing a little bit of research about you and your background and the Soul Trainer book, it dawned on me that, oh my goodness, I think, the characters within Soul Trainer that you created versus a very typical compilation type style book, which I absolutely love. And I'm excited. I can't wait to get my copy. I'm excited to read it. I just have a gut feeling that everyone can find a bit of themselves throughout all the entire book and within each of the characters in the story. So I'm excited to dive in.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So I would like to take an opportunity, if I may, to share my screen. Absolutely. And just give people a glimpse of what it is that I have available as a resource to people, especially now while we're stuck at home and we're not able to get to a gym. We don't have much in the way of equipment to use, and we don't know what to do. So what I came up with was just a very simple exercise approach using a sturdy chair and a wall, and that's it. So I'm going to switch over and start the screen share, and you could just let me know if I'm in the right place. And can you see these?
Oh yeah, it's perfect. Yeah.
Great. Okay. So this is the name of the program is called Mindful Movement at Home, Simple and Effective Exercise Routines. And basically there's three key components to maintaining an active and healthy lifestyle. The first one is consistency and feasibility. The second one is suitable and useful for each stage of life and physical ability. And the third key component is progressive and challenging. So I go into each of these, and I don't want to spend too much time going into them now, but it just gives you an idea of sort of the different components within each, like a need versus a want mindset. And if not now, when? And the third one, anytime, anywhere, any place. The next one, suitable and useful. So exercise doesn't come in a box. And tools for success. And the third one, push and pull, sit and stand, bend and lift. The third component is it needs to be progressive and challenging. So it needs to be age, ability, and activity level appropriate. And then your body is not one dimensional. And the third is no pain, all gain, because we've had that one backwards our entire lives. We've always thought, oh, if it doesn't hurt, it's not doing anything, and nothing could be further than the truth. So these are actual stretches that I developed. So the green part is a wall. So this wall stretch is a game changer for people. It's very simple. All you do is stand up against the wall. So the back of your head, the backs of your shoulders, the backs of your elbows, and then your palms facing out. And you just simply stay that way against the wall for up to a minute. And it literally changes your posture. You will feel physiologically the effects of doing this, and you'll realize that the way that you normally present yourself and the way that your body, okay, is hunched over, and your neck is hunched over, and you're leaning over all the time, is really doing injustice to your body. And when you are in this wall stretch position, everything is anatomically the way that it should be. Your neck is straight, your shoulders are back, your spine is straight, you're in a neutral position. So it's so simple. People are like, well, where's the trick? I'm like, there is none. Like, you just got to do it. The second is a hamstring stretch, very basic. And again, I don't want to go into too much detail. What I explained before, Carol, is I'm happy to not only provide this to you and your listeners as a gift, but I would also be happy to speak with and go through the ins and outs of these slides with your listeners by way of email or a Zoom call or otherwise, because everybody's different. Everyone has unique needs, challenges, body composition. So you really, it's not, like I said, it's not all one size fits all. So some people might not be able to do these in the same way others, and they may need some type of way in which to modify. The next set of stretches is called the sit stretch. And again, look, it really you just need a chair, and you're crossing your leg over, you're extending your arm. And what this does is it helps to lengthen your hip flexors. And typically when we're sitting so much, our hip flexors shorten, which then puts a lot of strain on our lower back. And that's where you get a lot of your back pain, is by shortening of the muscles, which then causes tension on the lower back. Then for people who have tight necks, this is a great stretch. It's called the shoulder neck tuck. And again, it's a little bit self-explanatory, but the key here is really just to stretch out this part of the neck. For a lot of people, this part of the neck and shoulders, extremely tight. You get that neck pain, it doesn't go away, it's chronic. This is a great way to address it before you wind up getting that chronic neck pain. Then the next set of slides is exercise based. This is called marching in place. So again, this green part is the wall, and all you're doing is you're basically simultaneously, intermittently driving your knees up and down. The key here, though, which is great, is your hands are against the wall, so you don't have to worry about falling and balance, and it forces you to keep your body more erect while you're doing this. This is called a leg kick out. So your leg is nice and straight. Your toe is flared out. It works the glute and your lower back. The next one up is called a wall push-up and torso rotation. The beauty of these is they flow from one exercise to another. So you're at the wall the whole time, and then each exercise builds upon the other, and you incorporate a lot of the movements that you learned from the first exercise into the next exercise. So it's very simple, quick sequence. You do these, and I'm sure people are like, well, how often and how long should I do these? And I usually say, if you're just starting out and you're a beginner, you want to do it for about 15 seconds. If you're an intermediate, meaning like you exercise, off and on, 30 seconds. And then if you're advanced and you're a regular exerciser, you can go up to a minute or longer. And this is a wall squat. And the key to this one is a lot of people have bad knees. So this is by pressing your back against the wall, it takes a lot of the pressure off the knees. And also your knees stay behind your toes. Now, if you do have really bad knees, then a great way to modify this is to turn your toes out here. And that works your inner thigh more so than it does the front muscles here, the quadriceps. So I don't want to take too much time because I can go on and on and on because you can tell I'm a big passionate, lover of these things.
Your passion shines through and it's awesome.
These are abdominal exercises. Look how simple this is. So you take a chair, you press it up against the wall, you cross your arms, you lean back, your abs are engaged, and then you raise your leg up. So it doesn't require you to get on the ground, drive your neck up, all right, raise your legs up, put a lot of stress on your lower back. This is a very simple way to be able to train your abdominal muscles, to work the way that they're intended to. And then there's various different modifications of this. So this is more intense when you raise your arms up like this, and then you can rotate your arms side to side, and that works your oblique muscles, which is the side muscles. So you have your transverse, your abdominal muscles in the front, but then you have the muscles on the sides. So it's important when you do abdominal exercises that you don't do just one type of exercise. You have to incorporate a few different exercises to get the full, what they call the core of the midsection. So we then go into different types of upper body exercises. This one's really interesting. All you're doing is pressing your hands up against the wall, nothing else. And this one is called the wall knee raise. This incorporates almost every muscle group in the body. And it takes all of the things that I taught you in the other slides, and now you're using it to be able to do this particular exercise right here. Balance, strength, upper body, lower body, core, everything. So people are like, does this really work? This sounds like an infomercial, right? I can assure you I've worked with thousands of people, all right? Clients that, are not necessarily interested in exercise, don't understand why they need to exercise. By doing it this way, they're like, wow, I didn't realize that I could just, do a few of these exercises every day and I feel so great. And so that's the revelation of all this is we need to figure out ways of being able to work exercise into our daily lives and make it part of our terms, not, having to go to a gym and working out and strapping yourself into a machine, which how often do you do that during your day? So that's sort of a intro into what I do, how I do it, and my love and passion. And I've been fortunate to be able to now incorporate it into a career. And my goal is to help as many people as possible in whatever way I can. So this is if you'd like to get in touch with me, I have a newsletter I send out every week. And it's very simple: one fitness tip, one nutrition tip, and one healthy recipe. And then if you'd like, I have a lot of information on my website and other ways that you can get in touch with me. So I hope that was helpful. And I hope that your listeners get in touch with you and we start to dialogue. And if there's anything that I can do at all to help people through this extremely challenging times, I'm here and I'm happy to do so.
Wow. Your presentation was fantastic. And, you know, I was thinking earlier today about, you know, I was actually participating in a networking event virtually online, and we broke out into a breakout session, and we were just talking about, you know, business and, you know, how many of us are really actually working our business, how many have taken a little bit of time off or step back. But my response was, I have never been more focused in my life. But that has required more time in my sitting in my chair at you know, at my desk on the laptop. And I can totally feel, you know, the tightening of the shoulders. And as you were talking about, you know, the neck stretching exercise. And I'm thinking about all the time of just sitting at the computer and typing and being online. I can feel it. So I appreciate these simple exercises that you share that I think would benefit a lot of people that are now spending more time in their chair, you know, in a desk, you know, at a desk and stooped over a computer or laptop. And we do need to take the time to stretch and move our body. So this
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, you have to have a relationship with your body. That's what I tell people. You can't take it for granted because you know what happens when people take their bodies for granted. It turns into a major health issue.
right.
So right now you have the opportunity to learn these at home and take the time, you know, figure them out. They're going to be, you know, it's going to take a little tweaking to get used to it. But like you said, Carol, if you're at your desk and you could do these types of stretches and exercises and still feel productive, I mean, that's a win-win right there.
Nope, absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Len. I so appreciate you sharing your knowledge and your expertise and your passion with us here at Beautiful Faces Going Places. And as I said, I am looking forward to getting my book. I'm going to jump on Amazon and order that, and I can't wait to read and learn more about Soul Trainer. And this is a fabulous movement and mission that you're on. So thanks a million. And then once again, reach out to Len if you would like access to his online training here. And yeah, thank you so much. Really, really appreciate you.
Thank you so much for allowing me the opportunity to be here today. And thank you for taking an active interest, you know, in promoting things like this. I think it's really important, you know, for people to really not just, you know, look at their health as part of life, but it has to be a way of life. It's like almost like brushing your teeth and now washing your hands. And so if you make it a habit, all right, then you don't have to worry about those, hopefully down the line, your body turning on you, is like what I like to say. So thank you. I really appreciate this. It was a great opportunity. And I hope to be in the position to be able to help more people, hopefully in person when we start doing, you know, live conferences and live workshops and live events. Because once I get my hands on you, that's what I really do the magic.
That's awesome. Really, really awesome. And well, thanks again, Len, for everything. And we look forward to staying in contact with you. And you never know when we're going to be able to do a live event. And you just might be here in the greater Cincinnati area sometime. So,
well, I look forward to that.
All right. Take care. Thanks a million.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.